10x your productivity, 5 a.m. club, alpha mindset. Turn your bedroom into a war room. I mean, seriously, if you are not meditating in an ice bath while reading a business book upside down, are you even trying to succeed? It seems like everyone these days is reading self help or business books. You know the drill. How to be more productive, more successful, wake up at 4 a.m. and conquer the world before breakfast. But what if you are not into self help books? Does that mean you cannot learn life lessons from reading? Absolutely not. Somehow we have reached a point where fiction is seen as just entertainment. But let me tell you, fiction is not just about escaping reality. It can shape how you think, solve problems, and even lead in the corporate world. Over the next few episodes, we are going deep into some of the greatest fiction ever written. Not to admire the prose, but to learn how these characters think, survive, grow, lead, and sometimes crash and burn spectacularly. Elon Musk said he learned more from The Lord of the Rings and Foundation than from business school. Barack Obama believes reading fiction made him more empathetic and a better leader. Jeff Bezos was inspired by The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro for leadership insights. Steve Jobs loved The Art of War for strategic thinking. If these guys can run the world on stories, maybe it's time we stop treating novels like guilty pleasures and start seeing them for what they are: mental gym sessions, wrapped in dragons, detective, and desert quest. So, in this episode, let's start with two absolute legends. The detective who can solve a murder just by sniffing your handwriting, and the sailor who turned revenge into an art form. Alright, let's talk about the world's most famous detective. The man who could look at your shoelace and tell you your blood type, your weekend plans, and what you ate for dinner 3 days ago. Sherlock Holmes. So, Holmes lived in London, kind of a genius, kinda arrogant, total introvert, probably terrible at parties. He spends his time solving crime the police cannot crack, using zero emotion and 100% brain power. And then there is Watson, his roommate, best friend, and official hype man. Basically, every Sherlock story goes like this. Someone is murdered, the cops are confused, Holmes shows up, looks at Sue, sniffs the air, and says, yes, clearly the killer was a left-handed sailor from Tunisia with a limp and a pet ferret. And he is always right. Always. It's not just about the mystery. Sherlock Holmes is a masterclass in how to think. He's trained his brain like a muscle. Holmes says, "You see, but you do not observe." And that hits hard. Because, let's face it, most of us scroll through life, not noticing anything unless it's in bold or blinking. In the real world, this could mean spotting a tiny change in market behavior before your competitors, or just realizing your boss had a bad morning before you ask for the raise. Holmes never makes decisions based on feelings. Meanwhile, we buy a course, invest in crypto, or switch jobs based on a YouTube ad or a gut feelings. One is logic, the other is vibes. Guess which one works in long term? Holmes questioned everything. Why was the window open? Why was the dog silent? Why is that footprint shaped like a banana? Now, imagine applying that to your work. PMs, leaders, analysts, your biggest breakthrough won't come from a dashboard. It will come from asking why something is happening when everyone else is saying, that's a normal. People think Holmes is just naturally gifted. Mhm. He literally trains his brain. Memory technique, logic games, mental filing system. He built a mind palace before Google Docs even existed. Lesson: don't just sit around waiting for inspiration. Skill up, think sharper. Your brain is software. Update it regularly. I am not saying show up to work with a magnifying glass and a violin. But if you start noticing more, reacting less, and questioning everything, you might just solve more problems than your job description requires. Observation, logic, curiosity, these are not detective skills, they are career skills. And Sherlock mastered them before soft skills become a buzzword. Let me tell you a story that has everything: friendship, betrayal, treasures, transformation, and revenge so epic it makes John Wick look underprepared. Meet Edmond Dante. Nice guy, smart sailor, loyal fiancé. Life is looking great until three jealous colleagues decide, you know, what would be fun? Completely ruining his life. He gets falsely accused of being a traitor and is thrown into an island prison without a trial. Zero LinkedIn access, not even a prison Wi Fi plan. And he's stuck there for 14 years. 14! But then he meets an old prisoner, the OG life coach, who teaches him everything: philosophy, science, finance, even how to sword fight while quoting Latin. Eventually, Dante escapes, find a hidden treasure, actual treasure, reinvents himself as the Count of Monte Cristo, and returns to society as a mysterious billionaire. But he is not here to party, he is here to settle scores. Dante didn't rage quit. He didn't write angry Facebook post. He waited, learned, transformed. In a world where we get annoyed in a YouTube video buffers, that level of patience is basically Jedi tire. The lessons? Sometimes the best moves takes time. Long game is always better than loud game. He didn't come back with a sword. He came back with skills, finance, language, politics, charisma. He didn't just get even, he got better. If you are feeling stuck, invest in learning, level up in silence. The result will do the talking. If Edmond had stormed out of prison, fist swinging, he would have been caught in 5 minutes. Instead, he plotted every move like a human chess game. Lesson: cool heads always win. Whether you are facing office drama, market chaos, or life throwing tomatoes at your dreams, do not react, respond. Here is the twist: the Count wins. He exposes everyone, destroys the people who wronged him. But it does not make him happy. Because revenge without healing is just another prison. And success without meaning, just another empty palace. Look, you don't need to disappear for 14 years and come back wearing velvet capes. Though that would be amazing. But if you are stuck, betrayed, or behind, remember Dante. Learn, plan, level up, and when the time is right, make your move. Alright, maybe you are in your Holmes era noticing what others miss, or your Monte Cristo phase quietly building your comeback. Either way, remember, fiction is not just for fun, it's a blueprint. You just have to read between the lines. If this hit home, drop a like or comment and tell me which fiction character taught you a life lesson. And if you are new here, hit like, subscribe and that bell, because Next episode, we are chasing dreams across desert and leading armies in Middle Earth. From personal legends to powerful leadership. Episode 2 is going to be magic.